Straight on the heels of a very interesting two-cycle sand pickup test, here we go with the same test, only we've swapped out for 10 grams of baking soda. So the Solaris on the left there, with its less powerful, much less powerful, SEB 213-2, didn't do very well with sand. The brush roll power nozzle in general just not set up for sand. And on the right, the Callisto with its SEB 228, it has a brush roll in there that's very good with sand. So let's see how these do with baking soda. Let's see what we have for initial bag weights. And the only thing in these bags is a little bit of sand. All right. Starting out with 45.82 grams for the FJM bag. And for the GN bag, we're going to start out with, make sure that's not touching anything, 55 point, I'll call it a 20. All right, let me move you in closer. I really hope this Solaris makes up for its poor sand pickup. There's a lot of airflow in that nozzle, and whatever it has is concentrated into a really small area. So cross your fingers. Hopefully it does a fantastic job. And I'm also running it at the maximum 1100 watts, so it really sucks down to the carpet. All right, I'm going to call it at 50.77, whether it moves or not. And we subtract 45.82, and yeah, it's better. So about 5 out of 10 grams or so, and obviously you can see that because we use 10 grams, we're pretty much at 50%. That's going to round to 50%. All right, so that's not a bad job for such a gentle nozzle such as that. Now let's move on to the Callisto and its much higher agitation SEB 228. Now, this is set on position 3. Canister power is at maximum. Come on. Good fit. All right. Let's see what we got. right. So we'll higher agitation beat out higher airflow density. That really is the question. I think we can see that. Got a good focus. We ended up with 60.41, and then I'll subtract 55.20, and we got 5.21 out of 10. So all I need to do is just move the decimal place, and we have 52%. So isn't that an interesting result? Well, obviously I was very happy with the results with the SCB-213 hooked up to that Solaris, even though it was cranked up to 1100 watts, and I've said this for, well, frankly, years now, that that's too high for this type of medium pile carpet. But when you go and you, let's say, force it, so to speak, it's able to pick up fine dust very well. So 50% for the Solaris, yay. And I took a look at my database. The nozzle opening, which you can see in other videos, is very, very tiny, and the CFM density, when you run it all the way up to 1100 watts, is over an 8. It's 8.23, and that's absolutely insane. If you have a power nozzle, any like normal size power nozzle, and you have a CFM density that's like an 8, most likely you can't even push it if you go and have some type of, say, thick, dense carpet. There's just absolutely no chance. So there's a trade-off there. And in the very pushable and usable category, the Callisto did a great job, but it really wasn't exceptional for 2 cycles. 52% is still very good. It's better than average. But the great thing about that SEB 228 is that it's really designed for pile carpets. You can adjust the height, the nozzle rides more on top rather than into the carpet, and it's much more usable, and you can live with it if you have a lot of carpet to vacuum. So great job. And the airflow density, for those who are interested, is much lower, coming in at a little over 3. That is 3.05, and that's cubic feet per square inch. So the Solaris almost has 3 times the airflow density of the Callisto. So quite a difference. Now I have a whole bunch of baking soda left in this carpet. I wonder, do I have an upright, a bagged upright, that does fantastic with fine dust, something with well over 100 CFM that isn't a Kirby? And maybe the highest sealed nozzle suction I've ever tested. Let me see if I can find one that fits that description.